Hello, this will be a short overview of the rubrics that will be used to grade your discussions and assignments. I will also cover examples and show you how to maximize your points. You may be wondering, what is a rubric? A rubric is used to help you understand the expectations of the college and your instructor before you begin your assignment. It also helps your instructor grade every student the same and communicate feedback. In addition, the rubric will help you understand where you can improve and grow as a student. First, let's take a look at how the discussion rubric works. We will be using two discussion rubrics. One is for a course requiring 2 discussion responses, and the other is for a course requiring 3 responses. The expectations are the same for both rubrics. The points are just distributed differently. You can see the total point breakdown at the top of the page. Next, you can see the criteria for the main post, and the responses are separated on the left side. These items are word count, grammar, and content. Responses have one additional item, asks follow-up questions. Next to these items, you will see the point breakdown. As you move to the right, you will see how the quality of your post relates to the number of points you can earn. Let's take a look at these items. First, we will look at the word count section. To maximize your points for word count, you will want to be sure your post has at least 300 words for quality. Please note you need to meet a minimum word count to receive credit for your post. If this minimum is not met, you will receive a 0. Oftentimes, you may want to provide a quote you found to help build your discussion or response. When you do this, you must include that quote in quotations to provide the author, name, and/or website you found in the quote. However, the words in that quote do not count towards the required word count you see listed on this rubric. The instructor will only consider the words you wrote in determining your grade. Next, to receive the most points in grammar, you will want to be sure you are careful with errors. In addition, to receive the most points for content, you will need to demonstrate an exceptional grasp of course content. Finally, when responding to peers, be sure to ask follow-up questions and keep the conversation moving to receive credit for this item. It is important to note that all of these items add up to the total. You will also see a letter grade guide along the top. As previously mentioned, the point distribution is a bit different between the 2-response rubric and the 3-response rubric. In both rubrics, you can see how the total points available in each area add up to 100. Now, let's look at the assignment rubric. This is a general rubric that has been developed to accommodate most assignments in our courses. You will see that it is also set up with qualitative criteria along the left side, separated by content and formatting. Content-related criteria demonstrates knowledge and understanding of course content, and follow directions of the assignment, answered all required components. Formatting-related criteria contains work properly cited and writing mechanics. Again, just like in the discussion rubric, as you move to the right, you will see how the quality of your work relates to the number of points you can earn. Please note, the points possible add up to a total of 100. On this rubric, you will also see a letter grade along the top. Let's look at an example of how the discussion rubric works. Looking at the main post first, this student earned between 8 to 9 points for word count, posting between 240 and 299 words. Grammar received the maximum number of available points due to 1 or less errors. It appears that this student struggled a bit with the content area. He or she received between 16 to 20 points because the main post showed evidence of basic understanding of course content. This area has a lot of points available, so it's important that you show that you've learned the required content. Next, let's look at the response. For the sake of this example, we're going to assume each response was graded the same. The student posted over 150 words and had excellent grammar, earning the full credit for these 2 items. The student's knowledge of the subject was considered basic for the replies, so 7 to 8 points were earned in this area. In addition, the student did not ask follow-up questions to further the conversation, so no points were awarded. When everything is added up, the total range for the main post and 3 responses comes out to a range between 78 and 70 points, resulting in a grade of C. In an actual course, an instructor will award an exact number of points. This student would have received a better grade if he or she exceeded the 300 words on the main post and showed exceptional understanding of the course content and asked follow-up questions to keep the discussion moving on replies. Next, let's look at an example of how the general rubric works. This student earned between 52 and 57 points in the demonstrates knowledge area. This student followed all directions, so 18 to 20 points were received. This student is still working on APA, so 4 points were received for this item. The student did an excellent job in the area of grammar and mechanics, so full points were awarded. Once everything is added up, the student would receive between 83 and 91 points, or a B, low A, depending on the exact number of points the instructor awarded. The student would have earned a better grade if he or she demonstrated a better understanding of the course concepts and implemented APA better. The goal is to identify where you want to land on the rubric and work towards it. You might be wondering where you can find the rubrics. You will find them in e-resources under the assignment toolkit and in your classroom. If you have questions about the rubrics, please reach out to your advisor or instructor. If you have questions about grading or how the rubric was applied, please contact your instructor. I hope this video was helpful to you. Have a great day.